like, if we're really to break this down, like, what is the idea? Because if we hit the hi-hat and then close the hi-hat, we're going to get an open hi-hat sound, given the right tempo. Hit it and close it. Voila. But what if I close it and then hit it? We're going to maintain the closed hi-hat sound. And with just that idea, like, that's an infinite amount of possibilities. You can do so much with just that. But, like, where do you begin with that? Let's add things to it. So let's take what Steve Gadd had, and let's do a snare after the close hit. So now all of a sudden, we have, that's an idea. So we can make that a group. Let's put just that snare on 2 and 4. So that same idea. You can take that, even just that can be a groove, and you can go with that. But you could make that a fill. So maybe at the end of measure 4, we're going to throw that in with just that idea 1 time, not 2 times. Because a fill is anything that's different from the groove that you have going on currently. So let's look at that. So that'd be... You could run with that too. You could move it into a different spot. So maybe we want to put the snare not on count 4, but the and of 4. Same idea, but in a different spot. You can do the same. Like, you can move that idea also in so many different spots. It doesn't always have to be within a 16th note value. It doesn't always have to be 1 E and. What if we wanted to do like a 32nd note value? So we would go. It's the same thing. It's just in a different context. There's so many things you can do with it. We could swing it. It doesn't always have to be straight. So if this is straight, that's straight. That would be swung. So let's swing the idea. Same idea, you get the point. But, so if we're in 16th note land, and we're just alternating between the bass and the snare, that's 8 counts worth of 16th notes. 8 possibilities where you can move this idea. So also on the packet, I believe, first page, it looks at all the different possibilities where you can move this idea. So I believe it's on the bottom of the first page. Let me double check that. I don't want to be wrong here. Yep, so the middle of the first page. Like, you have that idea of just this. That's how that's written. You could have it on the very first note of the 8, so it'd be... Oh, sorry. Do that. You can move it to the second count, so the second 16th note would be the E following the bass drum. To the and. To the You can move it to count 2, so that'd be... Following count 2, and the and, then the oh, the O would be. It's the same idea in a different context. So with just that, you can do so many different possibilities with switching up the tempo, switching up the style, switching up the placement of it. Same idea. And that can actually sound cool once you start to speed it up. That's a point I'll make later on, because we're replacing our right hand. We're like splitting up the work between our limbs by creating the same sound. So once you start to go faster, like with breakbeat kind of stuff, it makes it a lot easier. You're splitting up the work, and it makes life a lot easier on you once you get comfortable with this idea.